Okay. Here we go. First clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this very special episode of True Crime and Cocktails. We're so glad that you're here. This, of course, is Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift, aka our 3rd annual Holiday Hootenanny episode. Christy Oxborrow, how you feeling over there?
I'm feeling a little rustly. My tentacles are a bit rustled.
You're a bit
because
Russell branding?
They
You're
are a
rustling?
little filled with they're filled with those air things, so it's very rustly over here. But I could not be happier that Tokyo Drift made it into the title.
Listen, I've become obsessed with it. I won't let it go. I think it's a funny bit, and it is what it is. And if we get a cease and desist letter, so be it. Then I say we're doing something right.
Is it weird to say? I think I'd be honored.
Oh, I'd be damn honored. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
If we got under the radar of the Fast and or Furious movie franchise people,
yeah.
come on.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm all here for it.
Now, for those who are watching
Yeah.
as opposed to viewing, you've obviously noticed that we're mid cosplay season, as is wont to do. And we started dressing up as characters from Love Actually last year for the Hootenanny.
Yeah.
And we last year, of course, somehow in secret from each other managed to choose the same character, which was the little Spider-Man boy from the nativity play. This year, Christy has gone with something I did also think about, but then I was like, I just don't have the time. She is, of course, the child dressed as the octopus from the nativity, of course, in that iconic scene with Hugh Grant. And I don't know the woman's name. That's terrible. But they're driving in the back seat, and the little boy, and then the octopus costume's in the center. And then I have opted to play the little boy in the scene with Liam Neeson where it's like we need Kate, we need Leo, and we need them now. Thank you very much for letting me do that accent. And I've recreated his pajama look, which again, a much simpler costume than what Christy's chosen. But a lot of love. Still, a lot of love is gonna do it.
And I bet in this moment you're quite comfortable.
I'm at probably a 12 out of 10 in the comfort zone situation. Yeah. And I'd say out of 10, you're maybe sitting at what, a 2?
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
My big concern is that I'm like, don't move too much, because then it'll just rustle into your microphone and that'll be a goddamn nightmare.
Don't Kurt Russell into the microphone. I won't let the Russell pun. I like that a lot. Now I gotta ask you, because as people know, the one show a year where Christy does seem to toot get on the booze train is, of course, the Hootenanny. What you drinking over there?
Well, I was gonna do a cocktail, but I'm gonna tell you, this costume ate some time.
Sure.
This costume ate a lot of my time in the last week. It's been a nightmare and a joy. So I've done a Mike's Hard Red Freeze.
Oh,
but I decided to put 2 of them in a jumbo mug.
Oh my word. That's large.
That's what I've opted for. And because I need the straw, because this costume is no joke. Oh
no. I watched her try and drink out of a water bottle earlier, and it was troubling to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Now I have created a cocktail.
Hey, look at you.
How about it? First of all, I want you to know I have put it in. I believe you got me this, didn't you? Didn't you get me this festive cup?
I mean, it looks familiar, but I don't know.
I think you did. Anyway, so what are we starting with? Well, the answer is we're having a little visit from George. That's right, George Clooney's Casamigos tequila. This is the Reposado. Excuse me. We're not getting paid by these people. This is just me telling you what I'm using, because I am not a connoisseur, but this specific tequila is very vanilla-y in flavor, as opposed to, it's really nice. If again, not getting paid. I just am a fan of the product. That is the God's honest truth. And if George wants to send me a case of it for free, far be it from me to say no. Anyway, so
I love that you went with a case.
Well, you aim high, ask for a case, get a bottle. Get a bottle. you know.
That's a good call. Good call.
But so basically what I have done here, it is kind of a variation on the Scoot, the Cran Sparkle Scoot.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a variation. So there's some differences here that are very important. So like I said, this is very vanilla in flavor. And I was like, oh, what better way to make a Christmassy winter cocktail, right?
Sure.
So what I have added, and I kind of freewheeled it. I was creating this on the fly and tasting as I went. So the exact measurements are a little bit off, but I'd say probably, a shot of the tequila there. Then probably the equivalent of maybe 2 shots of cranberry juice.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a little bit red. So it is red. So not just a kiss of it, but enough so that it's red. The lime of half a lime. I limed a whole bunch of, I want fresh lime juice and I want a lot of it.
Yep.
Then I filled the rest of it. I poured that. You'll also love this. I poured that all over ice. Now I don't have my cocktail shaker broke. I get stuck. It's permanently stuck is the point. So I need to get a new one.
Oh.
So what did I do? I MacGyvered it. In a cup. I filled a cup with ice. And so I've poured these 3 things in. I poured the tequila in, or I didn't put I poured the tequila in, the cranberry juice and the lime juice over a full thing of ice. And then instead of shaking, I just stirred it because I was like, what else do I do? And then I took a funnel because those ice cubes are too big to fit through there. And I just poured it through the funnel into my cup. And I was like, what a renegade.
Look at you.
So then I topped the rest of the way with ginger ale because I didn't want to stir. I didn't want to get rid of the fizz, right? Took a sip and I thought, there's something this needs. There's something this needs. Now I know, dear listeners, you're going to think I'm crazy. Let me rephrase that. Anyone not from Canada is going to think I'm crazy. But the Canadians are going to go, oh yeah. What did I add? Just a drop, a dollop of extra dark, pure maple syrup. And I know what you're thinking. Lauren, there's already cranberry juice, ginger ale. This thing is going to be way too sweet. It's not. With the vanilla flavor of that tequila, it needed a little something to kind of pair with it. And again, just a kiss of it, like the tiniest little drop, perfection.
Oh, I love this for you.
Thank you kindly. Now I know what you're thinking. What are you naming this thing? I took a sip of it and out loud to no one in my home, I went, that's smooth. So then I thought, smooth operator. And then I thought, who's the smoothest operator I know? Harry Styles. So you know what I'm calling this cocktail? A Merry Harry.
Oh, I like that. A Merry Harry.
A Merry Harry. How about
couldn't be happier with the journey you just took. Because if you had asked me to name it, I can't get George out of my head.
Sure.
Since you mentioned it. So I was like, George. I'm like, oh, and then she added maple syrup. So like, Eggo my George? That doesn't work.
My George.
I'm out of my mind. I'm surrounded by paint fumes and I'm underslept. So I'm out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask that you're gonna take that hat off at some point, that helmet off at some point, just for your own safety, your own health and safety.
Yeah, every time I move, like it moves and then it hits me in the head. So yes, my goal was to make it to the first break, but I might not.
Yeah. Listen,
we'll see. Next year, go for comfort.
Most people are listening. This is a predominantly audio medium. So most people are listening to this.
Yeah. Well, I'm writing the note 2023 Hootenanny. Go for comfort.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, and I mean, listen, it's nowhere near as bad as what you're going through, but this wig, it's with the cans over the wig. It's just so itchy on my ears. I'm going to be honest, this wig might come off sooner than later. And it wouldn't be a hootenanny if we weren't stripping down. Typically it's only Christy stripping, but maybe this is the year I join you.
Oh, I get that. Because I think we can only go so far.
Yeah.
You know?
I do know.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is. But dear listeners, we hope that you're tucked in, ready to go. Whether you're on a commute right now or at your home, I don't know what you're doing. It's not my business what you're doing with your life, but we hope you're tucked in because we're about to take you on a wild ride that has a little bit of everything, starting with some Christmas true crime.
Yeah.
What you got over there?
Well, it's not going to be at all what you think.
I can't wait.
And you're like, you said it was Christmas true crime, Christy. That's exactly what I think. Well, it is with a twist.
Okay.
So, I wanted to bring something true crime for this episode. So, I have chosen 4 Christmas movies, and I'm going to list the crimes that occur in each one.
That's amazing.
Now, it goes without saying, because I am going to talk about these movies, there are going to be spoilers for those who haven't seen them, but all of these came out in the 80s and 90s, so I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm talking about something brand new.
Yeah.
And now I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this first selection because people are going to be like, you said Christmas. That's not Christmas. It said it Christmas. Let me have it.
Is it Die Hard?
It's Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I know
I
that
agree.
Bruce Willis went to some award place. He was on an award show and he was like, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And I was like, blasphemy, Bruce. It is.
Listen, he's going through a rough bout right now.
Oh, now
So-
I'll give him that. But then
let the people have what they have. Let the people like what they like for the reasons they like it.
Yes. So Die Hard came out in 1988. It's set in Los Angeles, California, and stars Bruce Willis, Bonnie Bedelia, Alan Rickman, and Reginald VelJohnson.
Oh, and he's good. He's good in it.
He can play a cop like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Brief summary. I tried to make the summaries as brief as possible. Some of them, I think I went too far with the wording, not for length, but either way. NYPD Detective John McClane flies across the country to try and reconcile with his estranged wife, Holly, at her work Christmas party. However, before John gets the chance, everyone in the building gets taken hostage by German radical Hans Gruber, leaving John as their only hope.
As their Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There it is.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, I know very little about Star Wars, but I have heard that.
Well, that's nice.
That's something.
I just wanted to make sure.
Of course. So, John McClane's crimes, specifically. 1 count of vandalism for throwing a dead body from the building to get the attention of the police, which resulted in the destruction of a cop car, which would be a felony since the amount was greater than $400. John
Isn't
McClane,
there also okay? I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll add. Yep,
sure. John McClane would also have 1 count of attempted murder and another count of vandalism for dropping an explosive device down an elevator shaft to take out some henchmen, which again would be greater than $400, making it a felony. Was it specifically John's crimes you wanted to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to add that if he was throwing a dead body, I do believe there would be possibly
desecration of a corpse.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
maybe.
Googling now. I'm like, what's the official? But yeah, I think it is desecration or tampering with a body. And throwing one, I feel like would probably be. It would be up there.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. What's the penalty? I'm just trying to see if it was
Of course.
if it was a felony or not. It would be too much of a deep dive. But anyway, I offer you that.
Oh, well, this is why we do this.
Yes, it is. 100%.
This is why we do this. Then we move on to Hans Gruber's crimes.
Wow.
1 count of attempted aggravated robbery for trying to steal $640 million in negotiable bonds. 1 count of use of an explosive device for setting off bombs on the roof of the building. 1 count of providing false information to a police officer because he lies to John McClane about his identity.
That's right.
2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for telling his henchmen to kill the security guard and telling them to shoot the armored police vehicle. 2 counts of first-degree murder for fatally shooting 2 innocent men, even if one was a complete dick. 2 counts of attempted murder for trying to shoot McClane twice.
Yes.
And 30 counts of false imprisonment for forcibly trapping the partygoers in the building.
Great point.
Yeah. And that brings me to movie number 2.
Well, listen, very, very quickly. I just have two quick thoughts.
Yeah.
One, think about it that it's like, this is the way I'll get my estranged wife back. I'll go to her work Christmas party. Like, I feel like I want to say to her, like, aim higher. You know what I mean? Like he should be so lucky to attend that party with you. Like,
yeah,
maybe he should have been, I don't know, like making a grander gesture to begin with. Now, granted, I understand that it would turn into a pretty grand gesture because it was, of course, him trying to infiltrate a group of terrorists taking over. But you know what I mean?
Oh, there's a reason that marriage didn't work out.
Thank you. And then my final thought is just that I have a view of Nakatomi Plaza from my current workplace on the Fox lot in Culver City, California. You can see the building that was in the movie. That's all.
I think that's nice.
Thank you.
Oh God. The other 3, everyone will agree are Christmas movies, so I think I'm safe.
Okay.
So, number 2, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Released in 1989, story is set in Chicago, Illinois, starring Chevy Chase, the amazing Beverly D'Angelo, Juliette Lewis, Johnny Galecki, and Randy Quaid. I could not shout enough from the rooftops about Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh, yeah.
Brief summary. The story follows the Griswold family and Clark Griswold's insatiable desire to have the perfect old-fashioned family Christmas despite the many obstacles placed in front of him. Simple and to the point.
Love it.
So, Clark Griswold's crimes. 1 count of financial institution fraud for writing a check knowing he didn't have enough money in his bank account to cover it.
Yeah.
1 count of criminal damage of property for sending a tree through his neighbor's window.
Yes.
He had an electrical code violation for the excessive amount of extension cords plugged into one socket. And now, while heading to get the Griswold family Christmas tree, Clark has multiple moving violations while driving. When they get there, they go so far off the lot that the whole family might be guilty of trespassing.
I think that that's probably true.
And if they were on private property, they could be found against the Wrongful Tree Cutting Act, which is cutting a tree you do not have full legal right to cut. So, something to keep in mind when cutting trees with your family this holiday season. I don't know
Well, but with
I tried to turn it into that.
Thank you so much. I will also just say, but with a good lawyer, he might be able to get out of that one because he didn't technically cut it down. He did dig it up.
He ripped that sucker.
He ripped it from the ground.
You're right. You're right.
With a good lawyer, you never know.
You're right. You're right. Cousin Eddie's crimes.
Lengthy.
Cousin Eddie empties the chemical toilet from his RV into the storm sewer. Section 21 of the Illinois Environmental Protection Act prohibits the open dumping of waste. Also, dumping garbage, rubbish, refuse, or trash on someone else's property without their consent is a misdemeanor.
Oh.
There's also an animal attack and potentially liable for civil damages when Cousin Eddie's dog jumps up on Margot. Clark may also be on the hook as the incident occurred in his home.
Can I just say we can't gloss over you just casually dropping Section 21 of...
Yeah, of the Illinois Environmental Protection Act?
Thank you so much. Again, I just want to remind everyone, like, the level of research that this woman goes to, even for a bit, is incredible.
Look, I was like, you know what? Let's find something true crimey. But I had done like a bunch of like Santa related crimes in the Santa bank robbery episode, and then more of them in the Patreon episode we did after. So I'm like, what's another kind of Christmas crime? And then I was like, I found a lot that were like, guy dressed as Santa murdered his whole family. Like I found that, but I was like, that's other episode. That's not Hootenanny. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to bring up horrific murder, but like, of course, movie murder, that's different.
Hell yeah.
You know? So I'm like, this is more Tokyo Drift.
This is Tokyo Drift style podcasting, and I'm here for it. I want you to know I've had 3 slugs out of this cocktail, and I'm like, woo! Two nanny.
Oh, I'm living for it. Cousin Eddie would also be on the count for 1 count of kidnapping for abducting Clark's boss from his own home. Then we have miscellaneous crimes that occur in the movie. 1 count of battery to Margot for punching Todd in the face.
Yep.
Even if it was something we all like to see.
Yep.
1 count of animal cruelty to Aunt Bethany for unknowingly wrapping her cat as a present.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 count of criminal mischief for Uncle Lewis for lighting the sewer on fire.
Yeah.
So there's that. Moving on to movie 3.
You love that I'm like, I just won't let you go. I'm like, but I got something to add about this very serious.
Look, I will pause at the end of each one because I think that's necessary.
Do you think that Eddie would get a double charge of kidnapping, but also false imprisonment?
Interesting.
And my question is, I wonder what you have to do to somebody in order for it to count as false imprisonment.
I mean, they let him out of the cuffs pretty quickly after he gets to the house.
Right.
But I don't know how long you have to specifically keep someone in order for it to be also false imprisonment. Because I know kidnapping is taking them to a secondary location.
Of course. Well, listen to this.
Yeah.
False imprisonment generally refers to the confinement of a person without the consent of such person or without legal authority. For example, if a person wrongfully prevents another from leaving a room or a vehicle when that person wants to leave, it is false imprisonment.
Oh.
So I think that that's a double charge, baby.
I could see that.
Yep. Not allowing them to leave when they want to. That's all it takes. So there you go. Bam.
I think that makes sense.
I think he'd get charged with both. Anyway, I'm glad we're having this very serious talk about Cousin Eddie's crimes. This is making me happier than you know.
Look, this is the whole point of this. And also, I think Eddie's, I'm fascinated to know Eddie's other crimes. Because he's got a history.
Well, I will remind you, there is a reference. Don't forget the rubber sheets and the gerbils.
Right.
So he could also get another animal cruelty charge potentially. Based on what he's doing with those gerbils. But then she was a part of that too.
She seemed to be a willing participant.
She was willing, but the gerbils were not.
And she could get some sort of crime for what she did to that turkey. That's where I'm at.
And let's not even start about the fashion crimes that were committed by Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
Him in that so tight white sweater, drinking eggnog, like he turns my stomach, that man. They couldn't have cast anyone else.
Nope.
They couldn't have.
There's an RV.
We've got movie number 3, Home Alone.
Nice.
Released in 1990, set in Chicago, Illinois, starring Macaulay Culkin, Catherine O'Hara, another gem that I'm obsessed with, John Hurd, Joe Pesci, and Daniel Stern. The McAllister family heads to Paris for Christmas, only to discover that they left their youngest son, Kevin, at home alone. But things aren't all fun and games for Kevin, as soon he must defend his home against 2 bumbling burglars.
Nice.
I like alliteration.
She does.
So, Kevin's crimes. 1 count of possession of a firearm for shooting one of the bandits with a BB gun.
Yep.
1 count of theft for walking out of a store with a toothbrush he didn't pay for. Yep. Accident or not. When defending his home from burglars, Kevin commits assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress. One is entitled to defend their home and property by use of reasonable force, but they may never use deadly force, which I'm assuming would include a paint can to the face.
Yeah.
Or like an iron or a blowtorch or many of the things that he does. So then we have Harry and Marv's crimes.
Yeah.
1 count of possession of a stolen vehicle, because they're seen driving in a stolen van right out the gate. 1 count of dangerous driving and stalking, because they almost hit Kevin with their van then proceed to follow him down the street.
Yeah.
1 count of attempted burglary for trying to break into the McAllisters. 1 count of child endangerment for exposing Kevin to situations likely to produce serious injury or death, such as hanging the child from a door and threatening to bite off his fingers, threatening to hit him with an iron and threatening to set his head on fire. Attempted voluntary manslaughter. That's taking another's life in the heat of passion. Who knows what would have happened if that neighbor hadn't stepped in.
Yeah.
Several counts of burglary for breaking into houses in the McAllisters neighborhood, and several counts of criminal damage for leaving the water taps on.
Yeah.
There's also 1 count of impersonating a police officer to Marv for pretending to be a cop when he first scopes out the McAllister house, which is when he also adds 1 count of conspiracy to burgle. And burgle is easily one of my favorite words, because how do you not feel so much joy just saying the word burgle? Like, it doesn't sound real.
I love it.
It's very funny to me. Miscellaneous crimes that occur in the movie. 1 count of child neglect to the McAllisters for leaving Kevin behind. 2 counts of criminal damage to Little Nero's pizza driver for knocking over the statue every time he goes to the house. And I didn't have the chance to look it up. I know you've seen this movie more recently than I have.
Yeah.
Did the airport shuttle also knock over that statue?
That is
thought they
correct.
did. That is 1 count of criminal damage to the airport shuttle driver for also knocking over the statue. Anything else Home Alone you'd like to add?
I'm so sorry, but yes.
What? I'm sorry. This is why we do this. It's a back and forth.
I do believe
Yes.
that the polka band probably was violating some laws by putting that many human beings in the back of a cube van. I don't think
I
you're
don't
allowed
think
to
you
do
can
that.
put anybody back there.
I don't think you're supposed to. No. So there's that.
The
And
polka
then
band.
sweet Catherine O'Hara, I know, a desperate mother. Listen, I get it, but I don't know that it's legal. Maybe it would have been then. I don't know that it would have been legal. She was trying to scam, well, not scam, make a barter to get that ticket from the older woman.
Yes.
And then she does in the end. She gets the ticket, but I don't know that that's legal. You can't, like, I feel like there's got to be some laws that are being broken there.
Why is it that when I think of that movie, I remember she's got lots of earrings, dangly ones? Why is that stuck in my head? I don't know. That's elderly gentleman resonates with me for some reason.
You know, the other thing too is I was thinking this because I did watch this movie very recently. Yes. At the very end, she gets home and she's there, and he, of course, is like, "Oh, thank God, like, mom's home. This is great." And then the whole family rolls in like not 30 seconds later, and he's like, "Oh, we took that flight you didn't want to take." And I was like, that for me, it's like, was it worth all the? I guess it is. I guess maybe that 30 to 45 seconds
she had
alone with him.
I think she had to feel like she did absolutely everything possible.
She did.
But also, not the time, hun. Not the time. No. If I have been through hell to get home, I do not want to hear you say,
"Don't remind me. Don't
I
remind
took that
me."
flight. You could have been hanging out at home. She also wouldn't have met that polka band and the lovely John Candy.
I'm also convinced, and I need to look this up to see if it's true.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard at his bit about like, "Oh, forgot my son at a funeral though once. He was left alone with the body all day." But he was okay once he started talking 6 to 7 weeks later. It's so funny. I'm convinced it was improvised. I feel like that whole run has to have been, because there was a sparkle in her eye in that moment too, as he was talking, that I was like, not that she broke character. She didn't at all. But I think just because I know what that feels like when someone's going on a very funny run, that I was looking at her and I was like, I think this was improvised in the moment. Again,
I love the idea. Well, with the amount that, oh my God, how am I blanking on his name? John Hughes?
Yes.
The amount that he worked with John Candy, I could absolutely see him being like, "I need you for this bit. I'm not going to give you a script."
Oh, totally. Or just like, well, like me, it's like, "Oh, I'll get it as scripted once and then I'm going to do whatever I want."
I like that. I like that. Well, I think this may have inspired me to watch Home Alone in the next few days.
You should. You know what? I honestly, like,
I love it.
I do too. You know what? I'm late to it though. because I watched it as a kid or whatever, but I've only watched it a couple times over the past few years, and it
Sure.
really is. It holds up. It's really
It
again that
does.
whole John Candy bit made me laugh out loud so hard. So
Yeah.
good, so
Oh,
good.
100%. That brings us to our final movie, number 4, Jingle All the Way.
Oh wow, yep.
1996, set in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, and Phil Hartman. A brief summary: on Christmas Eve, 2 dads compete to find a Turbo Man action figure for their respective sons, but the toy is a hot ticket item and it seems to be sold out everywhere. This movie was made with the thought of like the Tickle Me Elmo and the Cabbage Patch craze
Right.
that occurred years ago when it was like the one hot ticket item. I don't think there's really the one hot ticket item anymore. I think there's multiple,
Yeah.
but like there are some things where it's like, oh God, it's impossible to find that. But I don't recall there being like one specific toy you can't find anywhere.
Well, do you remember last year
Us and
around
those
this?
brands?
Yeah, and us going and we couldn't find like we didn't know how big we'd get into mini brands. And then we bought some, we went back, they were
Yeah.
completely sold out. We were digging around and there was a dad looking for them. And then we were like, and he was like, oh, they're sold out everywhere. And we're like, yeah, the kids. The kids.
Yeah, when
Meanwhile,
we
we were
tried to like, oh, the kids are so disappointed, right?
ooh,
So tough to
so
be a
hard.
parent of the kid who likes these.
So hard.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that I also purchase mini brands today.
That's a year. That's a year of our lives that I think is nice.
That's nice. Oh, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put this a pin in this to complain.
Yeah.
So we follow 7-Eleven
Of course.
because I am at their building almost daily. I'm at their building so many times a week it's criminal. And so it's just they did a post about mini brands, the newest
Right.
season. And they were like, I wonder if we'll get any 7-Eleven merch. I'm like, I don't think there's any 7-Eleven merch in it. And so they opened 4 little things because there's 5 in them that you can open. They opened 4 and it's the same kind of things that I've had, except one of them is that little jug of Sunny D, which it's just been out of my grasp. And that's driving me crazy. But it's fine. Then they open the 5th one and it's this adorable tiny little Slurpee. And I know it's just a bit that they're doing, but I don't like being played with 7-Eleven because I would like to have that tiny little Slurpee in my collection.
Yeah.
I absolutely want that. It's just upsetting. Don't play with people's emotions.
Some of us get very invested in these things.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I want you to know, I did see they have so many. Well, of all the ones I saw, I think I only saw I saw some of the Disney ones. I saw some of the fashion ones. I don't think I saw any of the series 4 or the foodie ones. So maybe mini brands continue to be the hot ticket item that I don't realize they are. But you know what I saw a ton of that I was going to buy for you, but I held off? The Gold Rush toys. I would have. They are $17.98.
Don't do it. We
like,
can't start another one. Not at that price point.
17. Well, thank you for price point. But like 17 just feels like, yowza.
Oh, that's too much.
Remember when they were 9? And we were like, 9 seems like a lot. Well, 17.
Remember when they were 9 a year ago?
I know, it's too much. You're right. I spoke too soon. They are the hot ticket item.
There you go.
They are the hot ticket item.
There you go.
So Jingle All the Way. First, we've got Myron's crimes. Myron played by Sinbad. 1 count of arson or planting a bomb because he pretended to have a bomb in order to gain access to the radio station. It turned out that he actually did have a bomb. He didn't realize it was real. He just went along with it pretending it was real, and then it turns out it was. So sorry, Sinbad.
Yeah.
That is arson. 1 count of false imprisonment and theft for crashing the parade tying up the actor who is supposed to play Dementor, who is Turbo Man's nemesis, then stealing the outfit and taking his place in the parade so he can steal the limited edition Turbo Man figure. Then Myron has 3 counts of assault or grievous bodily harm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 1 for spraying mace at Howard while fighting over lottery numbers. 2 for choking a woman in a store lineup, or Q for our international friends. And 3 for hitting Howard with a bag and causing him to fall over. Then we have Howard's crimes: burglary, criminal damage, theft, and arson for breaking into his neighbor's house to steal their son's Turbo Man and accidentally setting the neighbor's house on fire in the process. He has a driving violation for knocking over a police motorcycle with his car. Oh, moving on. 1 count of fraud for pretending to be the actor who plays Turbo Man at the parade, because, of course, like Myron, he wants to get on that float and try and steal that limited edition toy. 1 count of criminal damage and animal cruelty for punching a reindeer. Don't recall that one, but it's not one that I watch every year. I'll admit that.
I've only seen it once.
I think I've only seen it once as well. And not as a child. I did not. I saw it as an adult that was like, oh, I've
Same.
never seen that. 2 counts of assault for fighting multiple Santas. Howard was the first to land a blow, specifically with a jumbo candy cane. So that would get him the assault charge. He also attacked Myron in a phone booth. 4 counts of criminal damage, 1 for punching and destroying a life-size Turbo Man, 1 for breaking the glass at the studio, 1 for destroying a phone in a phone booth, and 1 for knocking over a police motorcycle. There's also miscellaneous crimes, such as unknown counts of fraud to the toy store for doubling the price of Turbo Man on Christmas Eve, which is dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty. Like, look, if someone was selling mini brands out of the back of a van last year at twice the price, we absolutely would have been on Craigslist getting that.
I would have been like,
info.
do I need to pay for this in cash? I'll get cash. Yeah.
100%. We got to a point of desperation that was like, should we leave hours early for the airport just to make a couple of stops? Yeah.
100%.
That's where we're at.
100%.
And finally, 1 count of assault to Howard's son for kicking Myron.
There you go.
Yeah. So reporting for this Tokyo Drift, once again, I'm Christmas Oxborrow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have a lot to add for that one because, again, I'm not
Sure.
that familiar with it, but I will just say I was once on a flight with Sinbad.
Hey. It's kind of fun.
I was doing, what's that?
That's fun.
It's fun. I was doing press, I want to say in New York. And so I was, the ticket was paid for. I was in the front of the plane. God bless it. I was chatting with everyone's favorite heartthrob, Sterling K. Brown, who was in the row in front of me. And then who comes on the plane but Sinbad? And then those two started chatting. And I was like, what is my life? This is insane.
That is standing there being privy to a conversation between Sinbad and Sterling K. Brown is kind of wild.
Very wild, surreal. And I just, slowly sat back down into my chair. And that was what it was. Well, listen, Christmas Oxborrow, what a fabulous kickoff to Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift. We're going to take a quick break, get another drink, hit the can, and we're going to be back with so much fucking Christmas joy, you're not even going to know what to do with it. So we'll see you shortly. All right, clap 2, electric boogaloo. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift. Before the break, we were going through some really fun, I can't stop laughing with that whenever I say it. I'm just really forcing it, I think.
It gives me a lot of joy.
What I love is that if we ever did get a cease and desist, we'd have to go through the episode and like, boop, every time I mention it.
To me, they should be so lucky that we're mentioning them
Yeah.
for free as many times as we are.
Both them and George Clooney. George, if you're listening, a big fan of your product. Can you imagine if George Clooney listened to this show? What a laugh. Anyway.
I would love to believe that Amal does, but I doubt it. I think that's asking too much.
I want you to know I got a glass of white wine in the half also. Still have some of my cocktail and a glass of water, and I feel like I'm drunker than you, and that doesn't feel right.
Oh, it would make my life to all of a sudden have hoot hoot over there. You know what I mean?
Look, I can't do this. I can't do this. Anyway, I've also stripped down to a wig cap. I've taken off the robe. I'm basically Robin Williams as he's transitioning into Mrs. Doubtfire in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. There you go. All right. Now, coming again, before the break, we had a fun Christmas true crime involving Christmas movies. Now, I don't know how you want me to intro this because I don't want to give anything away. I don't know if you have some sort of jazzy intro or whatnot, but I throw it back to you.
I have no
Christmas
intro
Oxborrow.
whatsoever. Okay. Well, yeah. I assume we're going based on that. So look, I have often mentioned my love of Hallmark and Hallmark festive films.
Amen.
And sometimes not just Hallmark. Sometimes Lifetime throws out a decent one. I like holiday films. So I often mention them, and I mention people who are specifically in Hallmark movies. I mention my favorite actors and actresses as my Hallmark darlings.
Of course.
I have no reason for it. I think it might have started around last Hootenanny, but for whatever reason, I have a list. Nobody has asked. Just to be clear, nobody has asked. But this, and the weird thing is, one is my top 19, one is my top 17. I could not take 2 away from one, and I couldn't add 2 to the other. I just couldn't make it work.
I like that for you.
And you might be surprised, but it's my top 19 female darlings. I had more female interests, Hallmark-wise, than I did the males.
God bless it.
I don't work well with the males. Sorry, that's Mrs. Doubtfire again. God.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God, that's a
And again,
cosplay.
problematic jokes that we can't make now, but again, there is of course, a soft spot for that film.
Of course. So females, I put them in alphabetical order based on their last name.
Of course you did.
Just for ease, and I didn't want to stress myself out by putting them in order. So, Rachel Boston, Hillary Burton, Erin Cahill. Yes, I'm just going to literally list these 19 women. Lacey Chabert, Taylor Cole. Oh, I'm a sucker for Taylor Cole. Brooke Dorsey, Nikki DeLoach, Meredith Hagner, Melissa Joan Hart, Jana Kramer, Jen Lilly, Danica McKellar, Tia and Tamara Mowry. I would like it stated I do have them listed separately, as I know they are 2 separate entities.
Thank you for that.
One. I just was lazy and said them together. Allison Sweeney, Jodie Sweetin, Jill Wagner, Jill Wagner, God, I love her. She's just so relaxed, and there's something about her that she makes it look easy, even when I know it's not. Ashley Williams and Alicia Witt. And I'm going to say this. You notice who's not on that list? Candace Cameron. For a reason.
She can just go away.
Yes.
I'd like you to know I wrote down Taylor Cole seems to be a real favorite of hers.
Yes.
Wait, Jill Wagner also. I like that I write notes like I talk. It's ridiculous.
It's how it's done. Why wouldn't you? I just, look, I don't know why, but for some reason, if I see that they've done a movie, I'm like, that's going to get bumped to the top. It's like Lacey Chabert. I'm like, bump it to the top.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yes. Any of these people, I will watch their movie over anybody else's.
I like that.
If I look and it's none of these women, I go, eh. And it gets put to the back because I just don't have the time. Then I've got my top 17 male darlings. The fact that I don't have hundreds is shocking.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Because for some of these, it's not about looks.
I
It's
can't
about
wait.
how they make me feel.
The way you make me feel.
They are absolutely what you want in a Hallmark type man. And I live for it.
Yeah.
So David Alpay is someone I'm fucking obsessed with, and I don't know why, and I don't think he did one this year, and it's crushing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm devastated.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
It's fine. You think it's fine, and then you realize it and you say it out loud, and you're like, I really am sad about that. Anyhow, Jonathan Bennett, Wes Brown, Robert Buckley, Bobby Campo, David Hayden Jones.
From Supernatural,
From
dear
Supernatural,
listeners.
do love him. Tyler Hines, Mario Lopez, Steve Lund. I am obsessed with Steve Lund. I watched, I think it came out last year, but I watched it this year for the first time, Single All the Way.
Oh.
It has Jennifer Coolidge in it, who I adore. And Steve Lund was in it for a very brief moment, and I screamed out that he was in it. And you know what? What a delight that film was. But
did you know he's 6'3"?
Steve Lund?
According to the internet, yeah. Because I'm just pulling up, if you're pausing on someone, I'm like, I need to get a visual here. And it says 6'3".
No shit.
Yeah.
Good for him. Well, Steve Lund goes to the top of the list. Oh, but I shouldn't be too quick to say that, because next up is Luke McFarlane.
Of course.
Come on. He's a dream and a half.
I know.
Niall Matter, David O'Donnell, Ryan Peavy, Brendan Penny. Now, forgive me, I do not know how to say this gentleman's last name, so I'm going to say it a couple of ways in the hopes that I land on something accurate. Christopher Polaha,
Okay.
something along those lines. He does a Hallmark murder and mysteries show, like a series. I think, I want to say it's Mystery 101 or Murder 101 or something like that. I don't know. But the woman he's paired with in that is Jill Wagner. And it's a goddamn delight. He's a cop. She's a college professor. They're solving crimes, kind of falling in love. I fucking live for it. Anyhow,
I love this.
The list ends with Andrew Walker and Eric Winter. Eric Winter, I could scream about forever. He's on The Rookie. He was paired with Jodie Sweetin in a Christmas movie not long ago, and I love it. And you'll love this. Reading through those lists, I'm like, God, should I just pick my favorites of my favorites to like put pictures of them in the case file? Because this isn't a regular episode, so I don't really have case file photos. And then I was like, maybe I'll find a way to put pictures of all of them. Like, Christy, that's like 40 people. What are you doing? I lost it. This will be the joke of, it'll be the most case file that I've ever had to do.
Yeah, I mean, that will be the joke. I also want you to know I've pulled up Jill Wagner, and I'm going to say it. I am very attracted to her. Is that weird?
She's stunning. She is stunning.
She's
did,
very in my wheelhouse.
God. The joke is I'm halfway through the Christmas movie she did this year, which I was watching while paper macheing. But she did, she did one a few years ago, Christmas in Evergreen. That was the first one, but she did the sequel, I think. I don't know that one. There's like 3 or 4, but it doesn't matter. The point is, and now if I'm talking holiday films of the TV persuasion, again, not a single person asked. But just know that this is something that I've forced into this. I have limited it to 10. My top 10 past TV Christmas movies.
Wow.
Specifically TV. Like, I'm not talking anything that came out in the theaters. These are specifically TV. Not in any specific order. I put them in order of date to help myself.
Are these all Hallmark?
Some I believe are Lifetime.
Okay.
But the majority all Hallmark. The majority are Hallmark, yes.
Got it.
From 2006, Holiday in Handcuffs. What a romp of a, like, if the Glee Curse episode was a Christmas movie, it would be Holiday in Handcuffs.
Agreed.
It is a goddamn romp. It goes so many places, and every time you're like, this is where it's going. No, it goes the other way. It's just been a favorite for years for no reason. 2013's Snow Bride.
Oh.
I don't know why. I watch it every year just because it's one that I'm obsessed with. 2015, The Spirit of Christmas. And I'll say this, it's about a super fucking hot ghost.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. And that's the kind of ghost I want.
Yeah.
If you're going to get haunted, you better be hot. What is? Yep. 2016, Christmas in Homestead. And that stars, I believe, David Alpay, who I'm obsessed with, and Taylor Cole. And I'm for sure that's the only reason I keep watching that movie every year. About a big time Hollywood actress that goes to a small town to film a movie and may or may not fall in love with the town's grumpy single father mayor.
Oh, the mayor.
Yeah. Who is the only person in town who doesn't want the movie shot there.
Of course.
Yeah. 2015, Christmas Land, starring Nikki DeLoach and Luke McFarlane. I'm now just making this into a game for myself because all I have listed are the titles and the year, and I'm trying to make myself remember who is specifically in that. It shouldn't be a fun game, but it kind of is. I put this in the wrong order. 2005, Christmas in Boston. I can't remember the gentleman's name. He's married to Troyan Bellisario, whose father made the original Quantum Leap.
Oh, wow.
This guy was on, I was going to say Signs, but that's absolutely not it. He was on Suits with Meghan Markle and that hot guy whose name I also don't know. And it also stars Marla Sokoloff. Oh my God. And Lindy Booth. Fuck. Lindy Booth should have been on my list. She's adorable and I love her.
That takes you up to 20 women.
It does. It does take me up to 20 women, and I'm writing her down. Lindy Booth. And you know what? It should be in alphabetical order, but because of my, it will be anyway. I was going to say, because of my boobery and how horrible I feel about it, I'm going to put her at the top no matter what. Alphabetically, she would be at the top anyway. Anyhow.
Not to be confused with Boo Berry, one of my favorite childhood cereals.
Hey. Oh, I like learning things about you.
Frankenberry was really the one, but Booberry, it just felt right.
Well, I like that a lot. I'm going to say something that's going to maybe upset you or shock you. I've never had either.
You have. And I know that this is going to sound insane.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've never had these. And friend of the podcast, Leslie Seiler, was going on and on about Frankenberry, which is basically like a strawberry cereal with marshmallows, right?
Sure.
My mouth is watering. It's a dream. Anyway, so for years she was chasing that and I was chasing marshmallow alphabets, which you cannot get anymore. But for a period of time, you could still find them in some places. Anyway, we finally found them in New York City, in Manhattan, at a random tiny grocery store. We found both, I believe. And so we bought milk. We went back to our hotel room. This was so long ago now. This was like probably 18 years ago. Anyway, and I took a bite of that Frankenberry and I was transported back to a memory of you and I as children. It was the trip, I believe, in the summer that we took in the summer, and we had gone somewhere. And I know that you're going to be like, Lauren, I have no idea what you're talking about. But we had gone somewhere and we got left at a friend of the family's house, which now, knowing what we know about true crime, what was our family thinking? But anyway, And they gave us, and I'm convinced they gave us Frankenberry because it was this sense memory connected to that place and that time. I could tell you what the kitchen looked like. I remember the whole thing. So I do believe you have had it once. And now I am passionate more than anything about getting you some so you can try it and see if this also triggers this memory for you.
I trust your memory completely. And I'm going to say my dream is that I try it and I get full, like the old man in Ratatouille when he takes the bite and it like pans out and it's suddenly he's a child and he's trying, like it's the same as his mother used to make or whatever.
That is basically what this was. It was the same house. I don't know if you remember this, but we played Nintendo Olympics for hours in this same house. I don't know whose house it was or why we had stopped there, but remember we were going on this like epic road trip on that one trip. Remember we had like we ended up driving to Alberta.
Yeah.
It was somewhere along the way. We stopped at this,
friend
of the family's house.
Do you think if you heard the name of the children involved, you might remember if it's them or not?
Possibly.
Because there's only two that I can think of who would be like friend of the family as opposed to relatives. Possibly, oh my God, what was her sister's name? There were two, Amber and Dallas.
I think that might have been it.
Or it could have been Melissa.
I think it might have been Amber and Dallas.
Okay. That would have been around Grand Prairie.
This is wild.
Couldn't be happier.
And there was another stop along the way too.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that song? She ain't pretty, she just looks that way.
Yeah.
At that house, there was one of those Wrinkle Dogs puppets. Remember the Wrinkle Dog puppets? Yeah. And then there was like a bit happening like with the puppet lip syncing that song at that house. That was a separate house again along the way. But when I say friend of the family, it could have been relatives.
But also, I just don't remember knowing that many people. In my youth, like we didn't ever have like tons of people over. So I'm just like, who all did we know?
Why were we doing this tour? Like, why were we stopping at all these places along the way? I can't answer that. But again, it could have also been because Christy and I are related. My mother, Laurel, is her dad's sister. Yes. So it could have been family on your mom's side that I didn't know of because I, again, was very far away growing up, etc. Anyway, who knows? But Dallas rings a bell for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fascinating. I have so few memories of my youth. I remember jumping on someone's trampoline.
I remember that.
But then, that would have been Melissa's house.
Was Melissa the Wrinkle Dog house?
Melissa could have been the Wrinkle Dog house. Thank you so much. I'm going to write down Wrinkle Dog to post a photo for our younger listeners.
Yeah, because they're like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were a thing in the 80s.
And the other song, because as you know, my brain is just full of random songs and everything is triggered to a song and every memory has a song. Yeah. The other big song on that trip was Black Velvet. Oh, smile. We listened to that song like on repeat.
Alana Miles.
Alana Miles, baby.
Canadian goddess. Yes.
Yep.
Music is an amazing thing that like helps you link so many things, I suppose is the word I'm looking for, but
it's the connective tissue in my brain and I can't explain why.
I couldn't be happier that Alana Miles was part of that for you.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I'm at movie 4 I guess I'm at movie.
Well, you've done 6.
I'm at 7. There we go. I was trying to do it the other way. I've lost my mind. 2013, A Very Merry Mix-Up, which is Alicia Witt. She gets stuck at the airport and then they lose her luggage, and she's going to meet her fiance's family for the first time, but then unknowingly goes with the wrong family. And love ensues. It's lovely. 2016, Sleigh Bells Ring.
Oh.
Which, if memory serves me, I do believe it's Aaron Cahill and David Alpay again. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. 2017, Finding Christmas, which I believe is Jodie Sweetin and Eric Winter. And Eric Winter, oh, I love him. He's on The Rookie currently. He was on Young and the Restless.
Oh, of course.
For quite a while. And one more, The Mistletoe Inn from 2017, which is David Alpay and Alicia Witt.
Do any of these movies that you've listed feature Jill Wagner asking for a friend?
No, but again, I think because Christopher P, because I can't think of what his name, how to pronounce his name, because he's so tall, I think you could be really into it. So I'm gonna find you this year she's in A Merry Christmas Wish.
Thank you.
But the series, which is, I say series, it's really just a series of movies. They're called Mystery 101.
Oh, okay.
And it's the two of them and their relationship and their banter and their chemistry. Oh, fuck, I'll say it. Fire. They're fire. I shouldn't say things like that, but that's where we're at.
I love it.
And one more short list. This is only 1, 2, 3, 4. This is only 6 because I have not had a lot of time. At this point in the season, I have usually watched a lot of Christmas movies, but at this point, I have not had a lot of time. So I had to force myself to just pick movies that have come out in 2022.
Okay.
Any holiday movie that has come out in 2022. These are my personal favorites so far. A Cozy Christmas Inn, which is Jodie Sweetin and David O'Donnell, and Sass and a Half, Vivica A. Fox. Sass and a Half. Don't know what's going on. Christmas with You, starring Freddie Prinze Jr. It's nice. It's nice to see him in the game. I like seeing him put his hat in the ring for potentially a Hallmark darling. We'll see. Jolly Good Christmas. I didn't expect to like it, but I really did. Will Kemp and Reshma Shetty. She was on Royal Pains, which I really loved, and so it was lovely to see her. A Magical Christmas Village with Alison Sweeney and Luke McFarlane. Stepping Into the Holiday with Mario Lopez and Jana Kramer.
Is there a dance component to that one?
100% there is.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to scream it from the rooftops. Spirited.
Oh, sure.
With Octavia Spencer, Ryan Reynolds, and Will Ferrell. What a delight. That movie's just a full-on delight.
Yeah, I got to watch it.
I loved it.
I watch it. Mother Laurel was texting me while she was watching that one and eventually said, and I quote, "Will who?" I'll translate that for people who don't speak Mother Laurel. What that means is Ryan Reynolds stole the show.
Wow. Look, I loved him in that for some reason. For me, God, I love Octavia Spencer. I really do. I loved her in that. Yes, to warn those who may not know and haven't seen it yet, it is a musical.
Yeah.
But the second it started, I went into it knowing it's a musical, knowing it was like, it was holiday. So I was like, okay, I'm ready. What I didn't know was that the two gentlemen who did the music were the same two gentlemen who did the music for Greatest Showman. And so the first song, and I was like, oh, this is like right to my soul. I don't know what it is. And I said, you know what it reminds me of? And my husband was reading through the trivia, as he's one to do. And he was like, this is written by the same guys. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what it is. It has a similar vibe and they like a group harmony and just, oh God, I'm so in it. So I think that's partially also why I was obsessed with it. But what a good time.
What a good time.
I would like a movie of that caliber from a high studio.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a movie of that caliber from a large studio every year.
I like that.
And I feel like next year's might be that one with Chris Evans and The Rock.
I think it's going to have to be.
I don't know what it's about, but based on the photos I've seen and the fact that it's called The Red One, God, I'm hoping The Rock is Santa.
Oh,
I would like to see him as a badass new Santa is what I'd like.
that's hot.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Christy Oxborrow, Hallmark lists. How about it?
She likes a Hallmark list. She likes a list.
She does. Now listen, we're going to do something. We're going to play a couple games real quick. Couple games. Could not be more excited. First thing we're going to do, a little bit of classic Christmas Pictionary.
Yeah.
I know if you're watching this, you're like, why does Lauren have a giant whiteboard behind her? Well, the answer is Christmas Pictionary. Now I'm wondering if maybe I should pull this onto my lap. This is tempting fate. This already hit me in the head once.
It has.
But I feel like, oh yeah, this is nice. That's nice. So then I can draw here, without having to turn my head.
Yeah.
All
now,
right.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to is this a timed thing? We see how quickly, or is it like you see how many you can do in a minute that I can get?
Oh, I like that.
Or we just want to see how much time it takes me to get a certain amount?
I want to see how many you get in a minute.
Sure.
And vice versa. But I'm going to need you to be the timer because I've also got my own timer running over here, if that's okay.
Of course. We'll get the timer. Why? You said get a timer. I said okay. And I opened my calculator.
Well, what I like to hear is the booze is starting to hit.
That's where she's at. And probably by the next break, I'm going to be down to a wig cap.
Well,
I'm not meant for bangs.
Yeah,
I'm not meant for bangs.
Listen, I like them. I like it on you. That little wig.
It's really like, I just want to scratch my forehead so bad.
Yeah, I get that.
And the idea of the two of us and starting in full costume and ending in wig caps feels right.
It feels right.
Yeah.
All right. You let me know when.
Okay. And go. Boot. Stocking. A bird? Again, that the boots, socks. I don't. What?
I thought this would be going better.
It's fine. It's fine. Mittens.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, I can't see your screen from there.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Here.
A hat. A bell.
Yes.
39 seconds. Snow.
Yes.
Snowflake, snowstorm, snow circle, blank, white, white Christmas. Time.
All right.
Was
so
that,
we didn't do as well as I thought we would. Well, I was trying to get you to go to Snowball.
Snowball. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh God. I only think I got 3, didn't I?
You got 3, but you know what? We may have to do a second round because again, I thought we would have done better. But I also was not aware of I'm gonna draw a border so I know where you can't see. I'm gonna put a line.
Great call. Great call. Because right now I can see half of your half of that circle.
I am ashamed of those mittens. That was me trying to go too quickly. I should have put a little more time in there and I would have saved time in the end.
No, I think this is great. I'm going to double check and make sure my marker works. It does not. That's why you do this.
Wow.
Got to make sure it's a bright enough color we can all see it.
Black velvet. Oh boy.
Look, she's a Canadian treasure.
She really is.
Oh, this is a juicy one. The marker's nice.
I'm drawing my border.
Yes.
There we go.
See, there
All
you
right.
go. All right. Oh,
all right.
God.
Can you time for yourself over there?
Can I?
That's what
I can try.
That's what the panic in your voice. That was what I was asking. Let me know.
I'll do my best.
All right, I'll do it.
Because I also have to. Okay, I'm gonna do one of these. Can you see all of this?
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay.
Never rehearsed. Shocker, isn't it, folks?
Oh God. All right. All right. What am I gonna do? I don't know. Oh God. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay.
And go. Hat. Christmas hat. Toque. Pom-pom. Angel.
Yes. Oh God.
Christmas present.
Yes. Oh God.
Candy cane.
Yes. Fuck, you're good at this.
Snowflake.
Yes.
Christmas card. A gingerbread house. Chimney.
Yes.
You still have 19 seconds. Keep going.
Oh God. Oh God.
Scarf. Oh, toboggan. Sled.
Just assume.
That's time.
Okay.
That's time.
Fuck, look at you. That's 6.
Wow.
Milady.
Wow.
6. My
Who knew?
problem is I'm not used to drawing, having to show it. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
that's a whole other world that I'm not used to. I should have brought something better to wipe this with. Again, you would think we'd be more organized.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more round each. My
Sure.
score to beat is 6.
Oh, well,
So
I'm
let's
not
see.
gonna. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna cross off these ones before I forget. I will also admit I did look at one and went, how the hell is that Christmas? And spent most of this time super pissed that I was like, that is not a Christmas answer. I'm so mad. And then I realized I misread it. I thought it said Elvis. It said elves.
This all tracks.
Yeah, I was like, wait, oh my God, that's not one. Embarrassing. Okay, I'm going to do the timer on this one. I'm ready for this one.
Yep.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
And go. Oh, ivy, holly, vine, mistletoe, lights, Christmas lights, string of lights.
Yes.
Jug, bottle.
Yes.
Booze, Molotov cocktail, eggnog, pour.
Yes.
Boot, stocking, skate.
Yes.
A fireplace, fire.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
House, tree, Christmas tree, ornament, bauble, light, branch, onion, ornament, light bulb, pine cone.
Yes.
Oh, time. Sorry, I was so invested in your pine cone.
What I love is I dropped this marker. It boobed me, and I've permanently damaged this chair upholstery, and I like the memory of it. I'm happy about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
5.
That's an improvement.
I'll take it.
Improvement.
Look, we had a ways to go. It is what it is. Oh God.
Oh God. All right.
I think part of the problem for me was quickly looking at the list and being like, what do you put? Like, which one do you pick?
Yeah.
And that was a problem. But okay. Okay. Well,
All right. We got this.
we do.
We got this.
Oh God, I'm still crinkling. Every
Every
she's
day you're
rustling.
crinkling.
Except today it's cringling.
Come on now.
She'll never stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Tokyo
I wouldn't
Drift.
want you to.
All right.
Ready?
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay.
And go. Elf hat. Elf. Santa.
Yes. Oh God.
Reindeer. Rudolph.
Yes.
I speak Christy. You have to know this.
Like that a lot.
Mug of hot cocoa. Hot chocolate.
Yes. Oh God.
Stocking.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, lift it up higher. Gingerbread
sorry.
man. Gingerbread
Yes.
man. Book. Carol book. Night Before Christmas. Charles Dickens. A Christmas card.
Yes. Oh God, what else do I got?
Snowstorm. Lift it up. Poinsettia. Oh, egg. Time.
Sorry, it was a read.
Oh, of course.
Wasn't great. These are atrocious, but you know what I've learned?
Yeah.
If we're ever in a situation, like say we're held hostage,
Yes.
and they're like, the only way you're going to get out of here is by doing some Pictionary, win, lose, or draw, something like that. And you have to choose one person to draw and one person to guess. I'm absolutely choosing you as the person to guess.
Listen, again, like I said, I speak you. I speak you. So I feel like that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. We got 6 that time, I think.
You got 6 again? How consistent. Fuck, that's good.
You know what I like too? That means I'm averaging 10 seconds an answer.
Okay, valedictorian math award.
It was only one math award. I'm kidding, but that is the truth. All right, let's do one more game before we take another break. This I love. Christy has put together a Christmas Would You Rather.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I like this one right out the get. Would you rather decorate 100 Christmas trees or 100 Christmas cookies?
I don't know if my hand could take it.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with the cookies because I'm going to eat that fucking dough. I know it's not good for me. I know I could die. I know all of these things, but part of the enjoyment of the flavor is the risk.
I love that for you.
Cookie dough and I go a long way back. Love it so much. And yeah, 100 Christmas trees. Oh, time-wise, I would be so much faster at the cookies.
You're going to love my answer. My answer is the Christmas trees, which I know sounds insane, but I do love decorating a Christmas tree. I have multiple trees in my home. Yes. And I have texture things. I don't like my hands feeling dirty. So like decorating a cookie, I'm going to be constantly washing my hands because I don't like the feeling of stuff on my hands.
Did you know that when I was quite young, I didn't want to play in the sandbox because I didn't like how dirty it made my hands. So my mother would put me in the sandbox with a large bowl of water so I could wash my hands off at any point I wanted to.
And just like that, we find another synchronicity.
Of course.
I love that.
I mean, yeah, I don't like hands being dirty and I don't want that, but I don't think I have the stamina for 100 trees. I also don't know because I would turn into like, well, each tree needs a theme.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if I could do 100 themes, but that 100% seems your type of thing.
Hell yes.
Oh, God.
Hell yes.
Okay. Would you rather
Yeah.
wrap Christmas presents for 8 hours straight
Oh, I've done it.
or help children take pictures with Santa at the mall?
Christmas presents 8 hours straight.
100%, because that's the only way you're gonna get 8 hours straight of Christmas movies. And look, I'll say it. Yeah, I do that every year. I do
Yeah.
the 8 hours straight.
Same.
Whatever's in the house, it's whenever I have time. I have not wrapped. I mean, I guess I've wrapped one gift because I had to mail it already, but I have not wrapped anything else, and that's a lot of gifts to go. And
100%.
I'm gonna go into that room, the beautiful vision of Christmas spirit, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna come out of that room a haggard woman who looks like she has not seen the sun in a very, very long time. Like I'm gonna look like a prisoner by that point. Like it's bad, and then your body aches, and it's a lot. It's a lot,
Yeah.
but you do what you do. But
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Oh yeah, I agree. I like the like solitude of like you put on some Christmas movies, you get your station going, and you just rap till you can't rap anymore. I love that.
Yeah.
Here's one I really am excited to hear your answer for.
Oh, I can't wait.
Would you rather have mittens for hands or skis for feet?
I also can't believe my instinct answer, which I feel I have to give.
Please.
At first, I was like, oh, probably mittens for hands. And then I was like, oh, God, my husband would hate that sexually.
Or would it be the best thing that ever happened to you? You don't know.
No one wants a woolen hand.
Wait, hold on. You think he's gonna love ski feet in the bed? Like then it's like turns into like a safety issue. Watch where you're swinging your leg, because guess what? Someone may get kicked with a ski.
But that, I mean, then if you put your feet up, you make like a tent, and that's kind of fun.
That's true. That's
and then
true.
you can have a regular hand.
I just feel like the damage to our homes with ski feet. Like there's gonna be holes in walls. The floors are gonna be ripped apart.
Yeah, what I should have said was the problem with the mittens would be using the washroom. That should have been my G-rated answer, but it wasn't. I immediately went to nobody wants to feel wool on their regions.
But again, how are you going to shower with ski feet? I have a standalone shower. I can't fit in there.
Can you imagine showering with sopping, like you come out with sopping mitten hands? Neither of these are a good thing. This is like a Saw movie.
It is
where
like a Saw
you have
movie.
to pick one, and you have to create your own ski feet out of your own bones. So cut the bones out of your legs and make like this is.
I mean,
I automatically is a good option.
Neither one is a good option, but if I have ski feet, so I'm assuming that my flesh and bones are the skis. How do I get a shoe? Like I'm housebound. I can't drive. I can't really walk anywhere.
Okay.
I'm a pariah.
Okay, mitten hands. Try making fajitas. Those mittens are gonna smell like onion till the day you die.
I guess for me, I would just move to a cold climate, and then I feel like everyone would just think I'm always wearing mittens.
Sure.
Oh, but
would
are
you
they
be
flesh?
happy?
Is it out of flesh?
Like, oh. This is a horrific question.
I know.
I don't like it, but somehow. Oh my God, flesh mittens. Oh,
But I guess real mitten over the flesh mitten. Like when I'm out, I could cover my flesh mitts.
You'll love this. If it's flesh, I guess I go with the mitten. Because at least they're washable and I can wear shoes.
I think flesh mittens are the way. I think it's the only way.
I could not be more horrified at the thought of flesh mittens, and I'm going to do my best not to Google it because I bet that's horrific.
Don't look it up.
No, I
Don't
can't
look it
imagine
up.
what that is. Oh my
Oh
God.
God, what a gift.
Oh my. Okay. Well, in that spirit,
Yep.
would you rather have elf ears or Santa's beard?
Oh my God. Well, is it one? Okay, I have a couple of clarifying questions. Am I to
Yeah.
assume that I can't surgically alter the ears / shave off the beard?
Correct.
Elf ears.
Oh yeah.
You can hide it. You can hide it. If you got a Santa beard, your only job as a woman is being the bearded lady in a circus. And I don't think I'm built for circus work. A life on the road is not for me, you know?
Sure. I like that that's what it is about circus work, that you're like, can't do it. It's the travel for me. The travel. I could handle people coming and staring at me and like mocking me and being treated horrifically.
Oh,
travel.
That's so close to what I already do for a living.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you 100% with the elf ears.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just put a toque on. You move to a cold climate. You put a toque on. And nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another one along these lines.
You're just this cool person with elf ears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know as well as I do that there's going to be somebody who's got a bit of a sexual preference, like they're going to be into the elf ears
100%.
or Vulcans. Like you're going to have a Star Trek partner before you know it, is my point.
Yeah.
Here's another one along these lines, which I could not be happier about.
Sure.
Would you rather have a snowball for a head or 100 jingle bells for hair? Now this is tough to me because is the snowball is it a flesh snowball? Like, is the snowball gonna melt?
Oh, I couldn't be happier to oh God, the amount of times you bring up, is it flesh related? What's it made out of? Yeah. Oh God. Here's the thing. Jingle bells, God, that would get irritating.
It would.
Irritating. And it makes me think of Monica on Friends when she gets the braids when they're in Mexico or wherever they are. And Chandler looks at her and he's like, oh my God, what did you do? And she moves her head around and it's got shells on the bottom, so it makes a noise. And he goes, oh good, it's a pleasure for the eyes and the ears. And that made me laugh so hard. But also like I could barely stand her with the shells dingling around. I don't think I could handle jingle bell hair. Like I think I'm gonna have to go flesh or snowball.
Now, do you have features? Like, is it just a plain snowball? Do you have eyes? Like, are you blind now? Can you not talk? Like,
I don't know if anybody who made this game has ever thought as hard into this. I think, I mean, it's a great question. I just assumed you'd be very snowman-like.
Okay.
Where it would be like a large snow head, but like with eyes and a mouth. Like if it, look,
See,
I'll
to me,
say this, if it comes down to I don't have a mouth and I can't eat, I'm taking the jingle bells.
Yeah, see, I'm leaning towards jingle bell hair because, again, I feel like there's somebody out there that's going to be into jingle hair, but I don't know that there's going to be anybody. And I love that it's like my main issue is what is going to
turn someone
off?
Is
going to turn someone off? Or rather, what can I choose to turn somebody on? That's apparently my focus. But also, listen, I'll say it.
Sure.
I've been complimented about my face.
Yes.
People seem to think that I have a nice one, and I don't think I want to replace it with a snowball.
No. And I'll say this, you know what? You come over. Yeah. I'll do something to the inside of the little jingly bit in the bell. Those bells won't make any noise.
I love it. I love it so much. I love that
you're like, what can I do so I don't turn somebody off? And I'm like, what can I do as the fixer?
I like that.
Cookies got you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christmas cookies.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. All right. What you got for me? You got another one?
Oh God. Yeah. Let's see. Would you rather invent a holiday
Okay.
on whatever day you want,
Sure.
or have your holiday fall on your birthday?
Some say that I did invent a holiday on my birthday, and no, I see what you're saying though. Would I rather invent my own holiday any day or have like
have
Christmas
a holiday on your birthday? Yeah.
Right, like have my birthday be December 25th, for example. Invent my own holiday for sure. Easy.
I feel so I I just feel so sorry for those who have a birthday on a holiday.
Yeah.
That
Same.
must suck so hard. I know
Yeah.
that I'm not even close, but like I'm a month out from Christmas, and sometimes it's a nightmare. Because I remember as a kid, if you get like money or something for your gift, you can't spend it because somebody might have bought you what you want for Christmas. And so you have to wait. And it always drove me crazy. And somehow I've given birth to a child who was born a month before Christmas and a second one born a month after Christmas. And then one blissfully in the summer. So he has no idea the pains of it all. But yeah, it would be so irritating. And like, here's your birthday present. It's in a Christmas bag. Or here's your birthday present. I didn't bother getting you a card or the combined. I didn't get you a gift for this and this. I just combined it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I know that's a real thing.
I get it. And look, I know that sounds incredibly greedy what I've said, but your birthday should be about you.
Of course.
So,
and I mean, again,
I'd rather invent a holiday.
If you were born on Christmas, then you'd be a Capricorn. So
I don't know enough to know if
that's a joke.
Bad.
There's probably some astrology heads listening that went, oh. But anyway, Capricorns are great. I dated a Capricorn. One of my first high school boyfriend, lovely gentleman, Capricorn. There you go.
Sure.
I'd like to end on this one.
Sure.
Because this is a true horror show for both of us.
Oh no.
I think I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. It's a true horror show for me.
Yep.
Would you rather eat only fruitcake for a week or drink only eggnog for a week?
Pull the plug. I'm done.
Take me out back. It's over. Like I could not do either of those things.
No to fruitcake. No to fruitcake. I don't like the little fruity. No, I don't like it. Give me the cake without the fruit.
Yep.
But don't give me fruitcake. I don't like it. I don't want it. Eggnog, it depends on the eggnog. Some of it I am okay with. It turns my stomach to see it in movies just sitting out at room temperature. Thank you for that. But oh God, my stomach and intestinal abilities can't handle full eggnog all the time.
I hate eggnog.
Sure.
With the fire of 1,000 suns. This either or, take me out back, nail gun to the head. It's over. No, maybe a bullet, because of nail gun, there's a chance I might not die.
And then you'll be in a hospital hooked to an IV that's
only eggnog.
Only eggnog.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, listen, dear listeners, leaving you with that horror show. We're sending you into break number 2, but the show's not over yet. That's right. Grab one more drink, hit the can one more time, and come back because we have more on Holiday Hootenanny 3, Tokyo Drift. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to True Crime and Cocktails, Holiday Hootenanny 3, Tokyo Drift. Before the break, we were Would You Rathering, but now, dear Christy, you have a little something planned. That's what it says on the schedule here. I have a little something planned.
I do. Not a clever name. Also, if you think right now I guess you took yours off, but I was going to do like a I'm dreaming of a wig cap Christmas. Neither here nor there. So I decided a year ago.
Oh my word.
To start doing something. And the fact that I've been able to keep it a secret has been amazing. So every episode we do, if there's like a line or a bit or something that I find particularly funny, I write it down on these here colored recipe cards.
Oh my God.
Now I thought this would be a fun walk down memory lane because a
Yes!
lot of them there is no context. So it is what it is. But there's so many, I know we're not going to get to all of them. So
okay.
I'm just gonna I've shuffled them just to get an idea, but I have not looked at these in advance. I write them after the episode and then I put them in a box that sits on my desk. But just a fun look back, as it were, on 2022.
I love that you've done this. What a gift.
For example, from episode 72, Ed and Lorraine Warren, we have a quote from Lauren, quote, "A ghost with a handlebar mustache. That shouldn't be hot to me."
And yet, here we are.
Here we are. Episode 73, Dr. Feelgood, monkey gonads.
That's for that.
Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Oh, episode 79, the Kim Vol episode.
Yes.
A quote from me, quote, "Paul Rudd is American Ryan Reynolds."
Oh, yes.
That is
also true.
That was bold.
Yep.
See, again, I forget so many of these things. I'm so glad that I've done this. From episode 91, Missing Kentucky, spirit and structure.
The two of us.
The two of us. Oh, God, that was a newer one, so I'm skipping that one. Oh, let's see. From episode 90, Lorena Bobbitt, Miss Lauren Ash said, quote, "I'll run around nude until the end of time."
True. That is true.
Yeah. Oh, also in the Kim Vol episode, shadow twins Paul Rudd and Jared Leto. Yeah. Oh, the Blancheference.
The Blancheference.
Yeah.
That's right.
From episode 72.
Love that.
Oh, God. From episode 73, quote from Lauren Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey Mantle said, "I am 35, but feel 40. Dude, I was feeling 40 when I was 12.
I completely forgot. I have no memory of that. I love it.
Nope. Episode 80, ya boying.
Ya boying.
That's when that first came out. Come on.
Oh, God, these are good.
Episode 93, quote from Lauren. "I've never vajazzled."
Truth. I've never vajazzled.
Oh, episode 101, Rudd's Studs.
Oh, yes.
That's something we need to get on.
Yes.
This one's going to get irritating to read, but I think it's lovely. From episode 102, Ramon Navarro.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, Treatise. How would you pronounce that? Christy, treatise? They said treatise. No! Because I was so against it. I think that was in a, oh God, what was it called? One of your recording? Does that make sense? One of your voice recordings?
A cartoon show that's coming up that I'm on. Yeah. You'll hear it. Anyway, I'll promote it when it's time. I can't say anything yet, but I will. And yes, it was from that.
I can't wait. From episode 74, Whitney Houston, Stanley Tucci.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. From episode 74, also the Whitney Houston episode, How to Summon a Blanche. Combine International Women's Day and Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my God. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, episode 73, Lauren said, "I'm the Bow Wow to your Snoop Dogg."
I stand by that.
Yeah. From episode 75, Lauren, I went from jizz to jazzed.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I mean, this is killing me. From episode 99, I said, what I'd like in my obituary is one of our 5-star reviews.
That's right.
Oh, a pastor writing about sex robots is a sentence I never thought I'd write down. That was from Lauren in episode 96.
Yep. I remember that.
Oh God, I want to find like how far what did we start with this year? Maybe I shouldn't have shuffled these the way I did. Okay. Blanche and the Judge, Babes of the Bay Area, WKRE 97.5. Was from episode 76. Lou Pearlman.
Oh, God. That is a gift.
10-year-old Lauren Ash started feeling real feelings for Matthew Lawrence that were very confusing to her. Episode 84.
No memory of that one.
I believe that is referencing Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep.
There it is.
Oh, I was obsessed with him in that movie. And yeah, I think it did make me feel things that I didn't fully understand.
From episode 66, which was the first of the year, I believe, because that's when I decided to use the term lunar year.
Oh, that's right. The lunar year. That's right. Oh my God. This is such a gift. I love that you did this.
From episode 78, which was Jill Dando. Apparently that was in my Paperboy 2 moment. I said, I don't need alcohol. I'm high on being promoted.
That's right. Oh my God.
Okay. Oh, and episode 89 from you, True Crime and Cocktails season 4. More.
Yes.
Oh.
I gotta know, do you write down multiple quotes and then choose at the end? Or is it like once you find one you like, you write it down and that's it?
Oh, I write down multiple.
Why did I even ask?
Yeah. Like, this is thick. This is thick. I was going to go through it and like find the favorites, but then I was like, no, I want the joy of finding
the
ones
random.
that,
Yes.
Yeah. Episode 75, quote from Lauren. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm just asking, can I not put my hand in shit?
I don't remember that, but I remember the feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Oh God. And that was so long ago and things got so much worse.
Yeah, they did. They really did. Episode 72, I asked, have my loins cooled?
The answer is no.
Maybe
for a couple weeks, but not really. Not for good.
My favorite is when I don't write down any context.
Sure.
Because it's my favorite to be able to read things like episode 81, Bonnie and Clyde. Lauren said, quote, ass to ass.
Yep. I don't remember the context either. Oh, God.
Oh, kiss from a rose, lick of a face. Oh, my God. Oh, what is this? Episode 68 from you. It's fun to rediscover your own traumas. What a gift. Oh, from episode 89. I said, quote, you're born Robin Williams and you grow up to be Sally Field.
Oh my God, that's right.
That's right.
That's very wise. Very wise.
Episode 90. Buzz has never looked better. Just so handsome. There were times when I forgot he was animated.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, God. Oh, and then I called him a specimen. That's horrifying.
Yep. That also checks.
Anyhow, I'm loose. I feel buzzy. Loose and buzzy. The Lauren Ash story.
Hell yes.
I mean, come on. Oh, God. Again, some of these, I'm like, I wish. Apparently, in episode 74, I used the term factoids.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, God. I do not recall that at all. Oh, God. Episode 72. Patrick Wilson can get it.
Oh, yeah. I remember
The
that.
fact that that wasn't even me.
I know.
That was amazing.
Well, that was part of the Blanche Ferrens time, I believe.
It was. You're
Yeah.
right. It was.
And also, I stand by it to this day. The Blanche Ferrens is not back, but he can get it.
I absolutely respect that. Chris Pine's tanned ankles.
Oh my God, that's right. Look it up, folks.
From episode 96. Come on. Oh God, what else we got? The Property Brothers are Blanche's official Sophie's choice. Episode 83 is when I actually used the words out loud, pussy throat cancer.
And dear listeners, I just want you to know, I have painstakingly, and it took me time because it's not easy to figure out because you have to do a whole thing, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Long story short, the text tone that comes through only when Christy texts me is her saying, pussy throat cancer. It's the greatest thing in my life.
Oh, I couldn't be happier to know that that's it. Oh, God. Okay. From episode 106, quote from Lauren, "Go to hell, turtle man."
That was so recent, and I don't remember who it's about.
Paul Schaefer.
Oh my God.
I also don't know why we
I don't know that Paul Schaefer
in our
deserved
bonnet
that.
about.
I don't know if he deserved that.
I don't think he did, but
Go to hell, turtle man.
yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh,
episode 99 was when Psychic Rose came into play.
Of course, Psychic Rose.
From episode 96, I said, quote, "We know about the family drama and we've chosen a side." Was when
I know what it's about.
Yeah, we found a family and we just went into it.
We sure
Oh God. What else do we have? Episode 102, Lauren says, "I want to eat trash. I want to watch trash. A full raccoon day."
Oh, I stand by that.
I also, I love that this one is specifically sounds. From episode 93, that's me eating fries.
Oh my God, these are
God.
amazing.
Oh my God. Episode 92 from Lauren. "The ocean is a delicate lover. It's as beautiful as it is dangerous."
I don't remember saying that, but I agree. Yes.
Do you remember referencing the psychological arts?
I do. I could not tell you the episode or what it was, but I do remember saying
96.
I'm a fan of the psychological arts.
Yeah. Oh, well, and I love that I've added this. Well, May 10th, 2022, we won gold in the Award of Excellence for podcast hosts and silver for the Award of Distinction for Entertainment Podcast Episode for the Glee Curse at the Communicator Awards.
How beautiful is that?
That's nice. Episode 81, you were talking dating apps and you said, "There is an Empire Records person I've seen on there and his name sounds like Schmommy Schmidtworth."
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to protect his anonymity.
I know. I liked it a lot. Oh God. Episode 67. We were talking about Richard Dawson and you said, "Does he look anything like Ray Coombs?" And I said, "Not even close." And you went, "God damn it." You had
don't know why.
So much
In my brain, brain, Richard Dawson and Ray Coombs, same guy, same face. I don't know why. I remember that.
I'm not going to drag this on, but just a few more. Episode
Please.
93, the bathroom's on the right.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Adorable. That was so funny.
Again, it's just the fact that there are many of these that listeners are going to be like, "I have no idea what they're talking about." And it's like, well,
Go back.
Jump back.
Exactly.
Episode 81, quote from Lauren, "Tongue that reed."
Tongue that reed. That was about you playing the saxophone, I believe.
Could be. I don't.
I could be wrong.
Clue,
I could be wrong.
I love a lot. Oh God. I mean, there's just so many. Episode 91, I said Bert's a shedder.
Yep. And I
Um,
believe that to be true.
oh, I'm probably gonna end on that one just because I think that one's so great. Um, in episode 78, you referred to yourself as baby girl,
No memory of that, but
which
also
I
it
like.
tracks. It
Which
tracks.
I like a lot. Episode 80, I said, which was the Whitey Bulger episode.
Sure.
I said Whitey's partner got pinched and squealed to the coppers. And then we were talking about how we can't believe it took so long for me to turn into like using that lingo. And then I said, yeah, where the hell you been, cook? Which is shortening cookies down to cook is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever done.
So much.
Oh my God. 2022. Far too familiar.
It is. It has been.
It has been.
It has been.
Oh my God. Oh God. I think I'm gonna end on that one because I think it's my favorite. It's from episode 108, which we just did.
Yes.
Quote from Lauren.
Please.
Snip, snip, bitch. I love it so much.
I just re-listened to it. And I laughed out loud. Snip, snip, bitch. Yeah. Wow.
Right?
That truly was such a joy to be a part of. I so appreciate that you've done that. What a gift in our lives.
What a time. What a time. And you know, now that I've done it once, I'm like, oh, I'm probably doing it again. And it's just going to become a thing that I do.
Selfishly, I hope you do. Hey. Well, listen, we got two last things real quick.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
First of all, Christy provided some year-end questions. Now, did we get the same questions or are our questions different?
We're different.
Love that. 5 questions each. I'd love to hit these because I really enjoyed answering them.
Sure. I have not answered them yet because I haven't looked at mine. So
you're going to do it on the fly.
I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to
listen, my first one.
This.
Fantastic. Thank you for that.
Yep.
My first one is best movie of the year. No surprise to anyone. Don't worry, darling. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not that the movie was necessarily what I feel is the best movie. The entire juggernaut that was.
Yes.
Don't worry, darling brought me more joy this year than most things. So that is my answer. And also getting to watch Harry Styles lick, bitch was a real gift to me.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
It's been out long enough. If you don't know, watch it. It's on HBO Max or whatever. I watched it the other day. I rewatched the movie and I still like it.
Wow.
There's issues with the ending, but
of course. Okay. Movie of the year. I love that. I'm like, God, what have I seen this year? Because my instinct is to maybe say Spirited, but it's like, have I seen anything else? So I'm going to go to a chart that I have because yes, we write down all the movies we watch. Don't need a reason for it.
I'll have to see that for you.
It's nice. It's nice. Oh God. Well, I'm telling you, it's not going to, it has to be a movie that came out this year, right? Oh, I guess that means it's not going to be Police Academy 3.
Well,
that's too bad. Have I really watched anything from this year? God, I feel like I should have been a lot more into this. I think I'm gonna have to say Spirited because it was such a treat. Because I'm seeing ones in my list that I'm like, yeah, that came out this year, and I just, you know what I mean? Like they were okay. If I thought longer about it, I might have a different answer. But I was so delighted by it. I
think it stands. I think it stands.
Yeah. Oh boy. Favorite song of the year. And why is it gonna be by probably Schmary Schmiles?
I know. Well, listen, what's yours? I answered mine first.
Oh God. I am so unbelievably taken with It's About Damn Time.
In a minute,
So
I can see
yeah.
a sentimental.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I think I'm gonna have to say that Lizzo. Yeah.
I love that. It's hard for me because my most listened to song of the year,
Yeah.
I found out from my like Apple thing because they do like a Spotify wrapped kind of thing. Apple does because I
Sure.
use Apple Music. My number one listened to song of the year was "As It Was" by Harry Styles, and I
Hey.
love that song. But my favorite song from the Harry Styles album is "Daylight," so it's a tie.
That for you.
Yeah. All right. Most overrated celebrity story this year. I said Matthew Perry's book
Yep.
because no one
Oh
attacks Keanu on our watch.
no. Oh.
And did you see that it came out that Keanu was asked about it? And he said something along the lines of like, it felt like it was a little out of left field. Like it kind of felt really weird to me that he did that. And I was like, I am doubling and tripling down.
You don't hurt his feelings.
Not Keanu.
No.
Not
Oh,
Keanu.
I
Not
don't
like this.
care for that. I
Nope.
don't care for that.
Nope.
Oh my God. Keanu Silver White
Mm.
as Santa.
Oh, I would love to see that, Keanu.
And you don't fuck with him.
No.
So it's like a John Wick Santa,
I like that.
right?
Yep.
Where he's
Santa
delivering.
Wick.
Oh my God, he's delivering puppies.
That's hot.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. Oh God, yeah. I agree with you that Matthew Perry, especially because he tried to throw Valerie Bertinelli under the bus for
I
it.
can't.
Like
I can't. Then
he
she had
tried
to
to-
address a cheating scandal. She didn't need that in her life.
No, I just feel like he wanted so badly to get press and attention for himself because nobody cares about him anymore.
I saw a video clip too of him recently saying something about like the thing that's the most frustrating is that I was dealing with my addiction issues and none of the rest of them were. They didn't have those issues themselves. And I'm like, that's the thing? Your jealousy that they didn't have to deal with what you were dealing with? That sounds to me like, sir, someone who needs to get back into therapy. That's what that sounds like to me. Anyway.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm also gonna say anything involving Kanye West.
Thank you.
Not interested. There's
Nope.
no call for any of the things that he's done.
No. Mm-mm.
No. He's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Let people have whatever love interest, religion, anything, whatever that they want.
Like, oh, 100%. The shit that he's pulling now is like dangerous. It's inciting hate
Yes.
and all of the above. I have no time for it.
100%. Yeah. Can't stand that man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Most embarrassing moment of the year.
Mm.
Yeah.
Other than the things we've listed for other people, are we talking about our own?
Oh, I assumed we're talking about our own.
Of course. Well, what do you think yours is?
Ugh. I mean, I removed my pants last year, so
Yeah, but
would
that
be a
wasn't
big-
embarrassing. That was,
No. It was a gift. No.
Yeah.
Oh God. Embarrassing. I mean, I fell recently in a parking lot. And
oh
I'm
God, yeah, that's bad.
horrified about it. It's probably not embarrassing because I don't think anybody saw, but I bounced from this, like the second I hit the ground, I bounced up because I didn't want someone to see me or come running over and go, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And then I'm like, "Oh God, you did see it." I did debate about showing my leg, but I shouldn't. It's bad.
I'm so sorry. God damn it.
This is life after 40. This is what happens. It's not great.
I hear you.
It was bad. I had to go to that same parking lot today. And to tell you that I parked on the complete opposite side of where I parked last time. And this time when I was leaving the building, I like took a big breath and then just held it all the way to the bar. It was horrifying, but I was embarrassed by that. I can't think of anything that I've done that's like
I just have so
peak
little
embarrassment.
shame that I'm like, I can't think of what it would be. Like, I just have, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I'm like, well,
Sure.
oh, well.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I love that we're just like, nah,
It just
I
takes so much
embarrass
for me to be
easily, but there's
embarrassed.
just, oh God, it takes so little for me to be embarrassed. But I'm embarrassed by like everything. Because
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, again, my most embarrassing story currently that I can think of is falling. And it's like, because I slipped on ice.
Oh, I guess the closest I have is when I lurked at that Emmy party because I saw fucking Sebastian Stan talking to
Sure.
Oscar Isaac. And so I literally lurked. I just stood 3 feet away from them and watched them because I was like, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, and also, when are you going to get that chance again?
100%.
When are
They
you
saw
getting that
me.
chance?
They saw me lurking. They knew what I was doing. They knew what I was doing.
And they were into it.
That's embarrassing.
They were.
Well, they
into
left.
it.
They left shortly after. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's not connected.
We hope so. All right. Question 3. How
Yep.
would you describe this year in a single word? My answer was challenging.
Ah! Oh, yeah. In a single word. Oh God, it's not as great as your word, but I would absolutely say, oh, hard.
Yep.
That was 2022. We've been saying this for a while now.
Yep.
Possibly not on the cast, possibly just to each other. 2022's been a challenge.
Yeah.
It's pushed in a lot of ways that it shouldn't have pushed.
It's pushed in a lot of ways that the people know about. It's pushed in a lot of ways that the people don't know about.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, there are some things that we have kept private.
Yes.
For, a multitude of reasons. And yeah, it has been a challenge.
Yeah.
And I feel like last year was too, but I guess I'm just trying to be hopeful for 2023.
Oh, yeah. Like this particular year, and I say this jovially, which
Yeah.
it's not, because it's one of those, because I have to laugh or my brain shuts down. The closest I've ever like teetered on a nervous breakdown. Like
Oh, I had one.
yeah, like
You watched it happen. You watched it happen in real time. I had an actual
Yeah.
nervous breakdown, and then
Yeah.
it got worse. And that's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. But
yeah. Yeah. So, fingers crossed.
Yep.
That can be it, and we can just move ahead.
Yep.
And who knows?
100%.
That's where I'm
100%.
at.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. For the sake of spinning it the other way, best moment of the year.
Ooh, best moment of the year. I love that. What's yours? Do you
Yeah.
have one off the top of your head?
I should have thought of these things in advance. I should have looked at my own notes. I was up to my elbows in paper mache, papier mache, for those who wish. Nobody
Papier
wishes.
mache. Yep.
Oh God, best moment of the year. Honestly, I think the night that you and I text created Bert and Larry.
Oh yeah.
It, like, if I go through my Amazon orders, I can see the pieces. Like, I see the sunglasses, the chain, the jacket, the shirt, all of that. I can see it all in one thing, and it makes me laugh so hard. But it was just us trying to like come up with their backstory, and you would show me each individual piece that you were buying and being like, well, this feels like a Larry, and oh my God. And then you were like, and he's divorced from Donna, and like it just kept going, and it just didn't stop. And I look at it fondly, is what I'll say.
I love that. That's a great one.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's definitely up there for me too. I think for me though, honestly, it was Family Feud. It wasn't necessarily,
Sure.
The actual gameplay, because there was some challenges that happened during that game.
Sure.
I.e., we were robbed.
You were.
But I did love that whole experience and getting to have that whole experience with my actual family. Cause a lot of the celebrities that go on Celebrity Family Feud, they just take a group of friends. And I was like, no, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take my family. Like that's what I want to do.
They stacked the deck.
They did.
And
they did.
We did not.
We did not, but I loved it, and getting to do it with my parents and you and friend of the podcast, Leslie Seiler. It was very meaningful to me. I that was like a real wonderful experience for me. It meant a lot to me. All right. Well, on the heels of that, name one thing you are most proud of this year.
Oh,
I answered.
Yeah.
Making it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was a bad year for me. It was a really hard year.
Yeah, it was not easy.
Not easy.
Not
but
even
another thing for me is my news TV show premiering February 8th on ABC. Not dead yet.
Hey.
I'm also very proud of that. I'm proud of my work on that show. I think that I did some things that are challenged me as an actor, which I'm very excited about.
Hey,
yeah,
look at you. Oh God. I guess, I mean, I'm proud that it didn't go full mental breakdown like I thought it was going to, and like it teetered.
Yeah.
Oh God. I feel, I mean, I don't know if it's the Mike's hard talking or not, but I feel our episodes have gone up a notch in the last year
that.
in terms of like the writing and the research and the whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's me. Most memorable moment in pop culture.
Other than Bert and Larry?
I like that Bert and Larry are pop culture to you.
They are to me.
I mean, God, all I can think of is "Don't Worry, Darling," because that was so huge.
I think that was probably the most memorable moment in general for me. Harry and Olivia breaking up.
Yeah. I mean,
and for me, this isn't really in pop culture, but also discovering that I had worked with Christmas Pinecone's dad. That was a fun moment.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. It's nice to know that there's a connection there. And speaking of connections, Mr. Styles. You know, when the tour cools down,
let's heat up.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I like that energy. And he will too.
He will.
He will too.
I'm in his wheelhouse. Well, we already know that.
Yeah.
Based on experience. Anyway. Hardest you laughed this year. I originally answered every week on this show because that is the truth. We laugh a lot on this show, but I do think if I pinpointed a moment that surpassed the rest.
Sure.
It was our original Bert and Larry commercial record. We died. Like we laughed. I was in tears. Like we were laughing so hard. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh God. I mean, Bert and Larry, that first commercial, yeah. Jesus. I think the funniest thing I've ever said is I want 5 minutes alone with Blanche, but I'm only gonna need 2. It was it might have been my best work that I've ever done.
You know, you improvising, that's another real, that's a highlight of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's like, I'm not a performer, I'm not an improviser, whatever. We put her in this character. I push her out on stage and what comes out of her mouth? Fucking gold. Every time gold. Every time. That's a gift in my life.
I couldn't be happier with the wording like you're my pageant mom. And I shove her out on stage and it's gold.
That's basically what I did. We all know it and I stand by it and everyone's better for it. And if you don't like Bert and Larry, you can ride the toe of my boot because it brings us so much fucking joy. And it is ostensibly so funny.
Sure.
So fun. So funny.
we do so much other stuff.
We really do. And sometimes it's nice to do stuff for us so that we can maintain a grip on our own sanity.
Yeah, sometimes they come out just to not nervous breakdown.
Yep.
I don't think that's a verb.
Well,
could be. It
yeah.
could be.
All right, you got one last one there, right?
I do. Biggest lesson learned this year.
Ooh, great question. I love this. Do you have one that comes to mind for you?
Oh, I mean, I think for me, I don't know if I've officially fully learned it yet, but it feels like it's you gotta take the wins when they come, and
Yep.
you gotta take the breaks when they're offered, because gosh, you can head down a bad way
Yep.
when it's just like nonstop work for several weeks and your brain feels like it's on fire and you're like,
Yep.
this isn't great. So I would say the lesson is maybe like take the break.
Take the break.
Maybe if you need to, like, step back, take a break, do something that gives you joy. You should do something that gives you joy every day.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be long, just something brief that gives you joy, so that this time next year when somebody asks you what was your best moment or the hardest you've laughed, that it takes you a minute to narrow it down.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
I agree, which kind of connects to mine, which is you got to put your own oxygen mask on first
Yeah.
before you can put on anybody else's. Like they always say on a plane, it's like
They do.
put your own on before you put one on someone else, on a minor or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that it's hard sometimes to acknowledge that you have to take care of yourself. You have to prioritize yourself, and that's tough. I think it's tough specifically for us. I just don't think we're wired that way. I think we're wired
Sure.
to be empathetic and wanting to give very genuinely. But that is the lesson that I definitely have taken away from this year, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, to wrap it up, Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift, which I won't let go of.
I'm gonna have to dig through and find all these Tokyo drifts to bleep it.
Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Drift.
And what are we hurting? And have we done anything Fast and the Furious in this? We have not. The whole bit was it made me laugh to think.
Same.
Their third one is called Tokyo Drift, or maybe ours should be too.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but God, it's funny.
Guess what? Our fourth one may be Holiday Hootenanny 4, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, see, that needs to be the bit now. Except how many movies we're going to end up naming them after Police Academy movies.
Yep.
Oh boy, yeah.
Well, listen, what I got to ask you is, and I believe
Yeah.
we talked about this on the last one of these also, is do you have any New Year's resolutions or hopes for 2023? Is there anything that's rattling around your Google noggin? Google.
Noggin Google, yeah. Well, I hope that 2023 is softer and kinder to you.
I hope that too.
That's a hope that I have. I think I would like to take, I said it last year as my resolution and didn't do it. But I think I'd like to take more non-work time sometimes.
Yep.
I think that would be ideal. Sometimes I look at the schedule and I go, wowza.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? When what was that? I think it was like a picture or something that I'd sent you that was like, adulthood is just saying like, oh, well, it's been a really crazy week. It's fine. Hopefully it'll turn, like, things next week will slow down a bit. Just saying that over and over until you die.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, because something always comes up. That's what it does.
100%.
But taking a little more time to enjoy things outside of work and following my own advice of finding joy daily, I think. getting the yayas out, even brief,
100%.
just a small amount of joy, even if it's dancing to Harry Styles in your kitchen or what it may be. Whatever brings you joy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
I love that. I think for me, I think last year I talked about like no longer giving a shit, like not giving a shit what people think anymore. And that I have worked very hard at. It's not easy. I think I accomplished it by the end of this year. I think it took me the whole year, but I think I accomplished it. Going into next year, more travel, more trips, more memories to be made. You know, I feel like that's something that I've never really prioritized. And every time I try to take a trip, it gets torpedoed by work, and that maybe I just need to like really carve out time.
Sure.
You know, that's a big thing. And it's also yeah, I think it is the self-care. It is, and I think self-care is an overused term in general, but I think for me it's that it's like I need to, or I would like to, for example, every year, one of my New Year's resolutions is I will hire a house cleaner to come in once a week, and I've never done it. I'm like the only person in Hollywood who doesn't have a cleaning person. And every year I say it, I think this is gonna have to be the year. Give myself the
Right.
break. Let someone do it for you.
Yes.
Ask for the help, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And hey, while you're traveling, if you need, I can see if you can pop in and play some Nintendo Olympics
I'd love that.
to see if they're still around.
I'd love that very much.
Yeah.
Dear listeners, thank you so much for joining us on Holiday Hootenanny 3 Tokyo Drift. We're so glad that you're here. If you haven't already, give us a follow on the socials on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at True Crime and Cocktails, on Twitter at Not Detectives. And if you'd like some more content like this, a little bit of true crime, a little bit of chuckleheads, all of the above, go over to patreon.com/True Crime and Cocktails and learn more about our subscription service over there. It's a lot of fun. And the only place for official True Crime and Cocktails merch is, of course, truecrewmerch.com. So check that out as well if you're interested. Christy, do you want to tell the people about next week's episode?
Well, there isn't one.
That's it. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna take a small bit of time off for the
Yes.
sake of the holiday. And we've been working pretty nonstop for the last like several months to
Yes.
12-ish months ish. So we're gonna take a little time, but don't fret. We will be back on January 17th.
100%. And I know that's going to sound to some people like a very long break, but just
Yes.
remember that break, taking that level of break means that we're still back 2 weeks prior to that date doing what we do and getting everything going. So along the lines of our New Year's resolutions, it's important to us to be able to take a little bit of time and actually have at least 1 week off, which we've never really been able to achieve in over 2 years. So we're excited about that. If you're looking for things to do, catch up on our back episodes, give something a re-listen, or come over to Patreon. There's tons of episodes over there for you to listen to as well. I think at this point, we're at almost 100 bonus episodes in our catalog on Patreon. So there's lots to dig through over there if you are interested. Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
Good night, flesh mittens.
Good night, Harry Styles.